Man, I love me some giant robots fighting giant monsters. Hey there, Internet Best Buddies, and welcome back to the channel. As always, I'm Ray, and today we're going to be looking at Pacific Rim. A rift has opened in the Pacific Ocean, allowing giant monsters to come through and wreak massive amounts of destruction onto our world. After a battle with one of these monsters, the world's nations come together and create these giant mechanical warriors called Jaegers in order to combat these monsters as they keep coming through the rift in increasing numbers. The story follows Charlie Hunnam's character as he comes back to piloting after a tragic event years earlier for one last mission to seal the rift completely. Right off the bat, the movie is loads of fun. They do an excellent job of building this world and explaining the key concepts that they use over and over in the movie so that nobody's really lost. The acting's good for the most part. There's some overacting and some okay moments, but on the whole, it's pretty good. The biggest thing about this movie is how visually stunning it is. Everything from the Jaegers to the kaiju to the action scenes and even a lot of the environments they use are really cool to look at. I personally have two favorite moments in this movie. The first one is when they're fighting in Japan and you see all the neon lights everywhere. My other favorite moment is when they're on a seabed and they set off a nuclear device that just expands the water out past the Jaeger. And you can see like the fish flopping on the ground and then you just see the water come rushing right back in past them. It was really cool to see. There's an animosity that one of the pilots has towards Charlie Hunnam's character, and it really makes no sense and really kind of comes out of nowhere. Also just really easily gets resolved. Some of the plot choices in the movie just make really no sense and are just used to progress the story further. There's no real reason for certain things to happen in this movie. Also, I'm not too sure how the whole three-armed Jaeger works, since there's only two sides of the brain. I mean, I get that more pilots would make the workload less, but then two of them are doing less work than the other one? I don't know. Charlie Day is in the movie, and he plays a slightly more serious version of himself from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I really like Charlie Day, and I enjoyed his performance in the movie, but I understand where some people would have a little bit of an issue with him. Again, Pacific Rim is loads of fun to watch. If you're an anime fan, you love giant robots fighting giant monsters, you like really cool colors in movies, this movie's for you, and it's a lot of fun. Pacific Rim gets an 8 out of 10. So since they have announced a sequel for this movie, and supposedly it's coming out this year, although I don't think that's likely, let me know in the comments, like right down here, like right there, where do you think that they should go with a sequel to this movie? I know originally they were planning on having Charlie Day become evil because he was kind of corrupted by the drift with the kaiju mind in the movie, and he was going to be the main antagonist fighting alongside them. I guess he could scrap a mech together, which is destroyed parts that he just finds, but Anyway, if you haven't already, go down and subscribe so you can stay up to date with all the videos that I put out. Thanks again. See ya.